A rich man died and killed his wife, leaving their 3 kids orphaned by sleeping with many women. One or several of those women gave him AIDS, transmitting it to his wife. When I said to the person who told me this story, "See, that's what you get from cheating," he responded by saying, "No, the rich man didn't know how to do things." So apparently, if you're going to cheat, you have to know exactly who you're cheating with, you have to use protection, you have to be extremely cautious about it? Makes sense. However, when you sin, when you're immoral, when you break the rules, it's because you somehow think you're untouchable. You think you're above or don't care about the consequences. Therefore, if you don't care about one specific type of rules, what makes you think you'll care about another? You might have been careful about it in the beginning, however, you got away with it so many times that you started to get comfortable, you started to get careless, and now you made a mistake. You're not willing to follow the rule of commitment, so what makes you think you'll always be willing to follow the rule of caution? It depends on what you value and what brings you pleasure. There are people who never miss a day at work, but they just can't commit to the gym. Which makes no sense, since you're already disciplined and see the value of discipline in one area, why not apply it to every area of your life? In customer service or any type of job that deals with the public, the employees know they must be kind and attentive. Even when the customer is being unreasonable and disrespectful, they know they must keep their cool. And it works. It hurts their ego, but they get the job done. So, it's funny when those people outside their job forget that important lesson and act like everybody else. And do you know why they do that? Because they can now get away with it. They know if they retaliate when people are being unreasonable and disrespectful, it'll only generate more trouble. However, they don't owe them anything. Those people now have no power over them. And so, we make the same mistake with sin. I don't really want to give up smoking weed and cigarettes. I enjoy getting drunk, masturbating, and watching the UFC. Sometimes I get sick of it and sick because of it. And so, I can't work out because my lungs are damaged. And I think that if I'm disciplined about it, I won't have to suffer the consequences of it. But those kinds of environments and entertainment lead me to make inappropriate jokes, not only about other people but, most importantly, about God, you are what you eat, and stealing since I'm not willing to pay for the content. Also, I can't read the Bible while doing it, while I have drugs in my house. I feel like the Holy Spirit is squeezing my heart. I feel so much remorse. When I'm not doing it, I want to do it. And when I'm doing it, I don't want to be doing it because I'm cheating on Yahweh. And so, I show my love by not doing it. But if, somehow, I could be His for 5 days and on the weekends act like I wanted, I would. But that's not a commitment. That's being lukewarm and double-minded. Who in their right mind wants a bride who's faithful for 5 days and, on the weekends, sleeps with other people? That's foolish. There is no way to get away with sin. It's impossible. Even if other people don't know about it, even if God somehow could not know, there are always consequences. It will always show up in your behavior. Always. When someone says the word come, my mind immediately goes to you know what, and I hate myself for it. I can't see someone in a certain position and not think about you know what. Others don't notice it, but I do. And by the way, have you ever realized, do you ever feel embarrassed knowing that God, the angels, and the dead are watching you right now, and watched you while you did those things? Disgusting. You wouldn't do those things if you had cameras right in your face. You wouldn't do those things if you could see their faces of disappointment. But we know they're here. They warn us before we soil ourselves. We just tune them out. But they're always with us. They will always be with us, even in our most disappointing moments. Because they love us even when we don't love them back. There's nothing worse than turning on the TV while high and drunk and trying to get away from God, and the people on the TV are talking about Him, reminding me that there's no escape from Him. And thank God.